just really going to be able to take over a map like this if Kaleido can't shut them down. So there's caveats everywhere, but we're just waiting to get into things ultimately now.
Yeah, exactly that. Just waiting to get this show on the road, but it's one that I'm really looking forward to, just to see whether Kaleido can find that sort of second win. I can see everybody's starting to join the server now as well, so should be underway momentarily. There we go, exactly that. I can see them all readying up and getting this show on the road. So let's get started here in the grand final here in Cup number 4 for Asia Pacific as Chinggis Warriors take it on Kaleido. And Kaleido want to do a lot better than what they did last time. And it starts well for them. Suki out the gates, gets the first. He didn't get an entire kill in the first map between these two. So that's not a bad start. But Rue's here. One with the dualies, looks for a second. He'll deliver as well. The third on the cards, potentially. Rue trying to isolate, but he can't. And a jumping Yami will fall to the hands of Suki. 3 kills off the wrap and a bomb plant to come through.
Yeah, getting out of hand for sure. I mean, the Julies did so much work there. And they've maybe just thrown it all away. Suki looking clean on the P250. A confident raid boss. And a 4K for him to open up. He's going to have plenty of cash to work with as well. But you see here, you look on your mini-map and how they're coming in. That bomb gets spilled by the Julies here. I think we maybe just have a moment of slowing it down, playing it patiently. The Chinggis Warriors getting overconfident, flying into B, giving those solo fights. And they will pay the price.
Man, well. What a start for Kaleido. Said they needed a little bit of something. And that ain't bad. Get out the gate early on Dust2. Make this sort of stick. And we can start bridging a bit of a gap. Rue going to be the first to fall in this one. Sort of buy, though, for Chinggis Warriors. So, not expecting loads in this round. Any consolation kills, that'd be lovely, though.
Yeah, always going to be good. Mac 10, making some money, though. That's maybe something you want to just be wary of. Trying their best here at range. TQAC's not going to be super strong. E-Fire as well, going down on the side. Probably means there's not really too much happening here, he says. And Yami with the most unlikely Deagle kill. But only one, and it was just a Mac 10. So, no harm, no foul for Kaleido. Go straight into the buy here from the Chinggis Warriors.
Yeah, I like this. I do like the, you've always done that. I like the idea of kind of, you lose the CT pistol, get the guns out as early as possible.
Yeah.
And that's, if we look back to the previous series, that is where all the best work came through from Chinggis Warriors was, these gun rounds, they were so good at chaining them back to back to back. And I can understand why they want to prioritize that. Question is, though, can they convert it? It's a bonus round for Kaleido. You don't convert this one, you actually do start to get in a little bit of trouble.
Yes, it is a fair point. I'm very curious to see how the start of this game will go because, of course, as we say, that matchup just a couple days ago was no work for Chinggis Warriors. So have they seen the best of Kaleido? Is there anything left that they can bring to this rivalry now, or will it be more of the same? And you have to be very, very careful as a team that you just don't let yourself get lazy in a matchup like this. So yeah, really important few rounds on the cards, I think, to set the pace. A little bit of a slow one here then, Nao.
Yeah, well, slow until TQAC for the first and the second as well. Can't get another, and out of ammo, Rue. He gets collapsed upon. It's Rage for 2. They've taken the B site. And actually, Chinggis Warriors in a bit of trouble now. This could be a bit spicy. Retaking B side of Dust2. We know how difficult this can be. Natal Bank Crown. No, it doesn't. Spine. It just clips a little pixel. This retake is all on the back of can E-Fire get out from tunnels here. He has to find Spine. Oh, sorry.
Oh, Rage. It's big. Tommy coming around with a trade. This is messy. Spine in on the site, though, will get it done in the end. Super clean from him to just hold it. And you mentioned E-Fire. He never got out cleanly. He was never able to help the attack.
That was it, right? It was, can he get properly into kind of position to allow them out. That double brick setup is really strong. I'm actually surprised that Yami is sort of aware of the possibility of Ruben there, but he was just so low, Yami. No chance, and that's it. Retaking the B side, it's so difficult for a reason. Maybe it'll start by Kaleido. Look, a lot better than the last time out. This Dust2 mapping, of course, with Chinggis Warriors haven't played, as we were talking about, on HLTV in the last 3 months. I mean, there's looking like a couple of gaps at the very least on the CT side thus far.
Yeah, definitely in agreement.
Ooh, bye-bye.
The Eagle, though. And a tag with the Scout, I think, through the smoke, so...
It's dangerous. It is.
It does look good. It does look doable.
Oh, no, man. It's going to be cleared. It's going to be cleared.
Oh, the spam. Not quite good enough.
You should know he's there, though. He should have heard that tag. Oh, well, now he definitely knows.
Yeah. I think just... Still got the room, still got the control of the key areas. The one thing for me is you look across the minimap, the CTs are so isolated.
True.
So I think they have to be careful. They need a bit of luck. They need like an overlooked angle or another crazy Deagle headshot, which is maybe what's on the cards here.
All goes eerily quiet as they're waiting for those fights to come. Here they come, though. expSasiKi gonna start the run in, and he gets a nice shot on towards Rue. Rue's getting into the thick of a lot of these fights. He's not doing terribly as well, but he has these chances for seconds that he can't quite find. Ruben for one. To go back again, another kill by him, and AK scooped up as well. A little precarious for the last remaining bullets. expSasiKi taps down E-Fire, who was dangerously moving up ramp. And Kaleido, another round for them.
Looking very good here as things get kicked off. Chinggis Warriors, some small notable moments, but unfortunately not quite as effective as we would maybe want, maybe expect from them here as well. Okay, okay. And you don't want this to happen as well. Maybe another. That's a dangerous cross. Coolest is not afraid to take some fights despite there being an AWP at the top end of mid, so he might just have given them a chance back with that very daring trade opportunity. We'll see here. Super important round, of course. Chinggis Warriors need to make some noise here, need to get on the board.
Okay, well... Off the initial 1-for-1 trade. I mean, Suki dropped early, which is good. A flash over catches Yami more than a catches Spine. He'll drop a nade around the corner, which will do a decent amount. And he gets one. Honestly, in a 1v2 there to go 1-for-1, that ain't too bad. A lot of damage has been dealt to Chinggis Warriors. This round's still very on edge as Coolest is creeping around the corner. He's hoping to catch a pixel, but Ruben doesn't need to move here. He could get overlooked, Ruben.
It's possible. Yeah, he does. He does. And the double spray down has decided it all. Oh, he gets the last as well for good measure. Kaleido looking good. This is one of the things as well, I think, to consider is that we have a much better individual performance at the moment from the squad. Chinggis Warriors recognizing that, and a timeout comes in from them.
That's such an oversight, isn't it? I think it's a really good time to call a timeout. You've lost complete control in the early part of this. This is a brutal spot to be in, though, for the Chinggis Warriors. He probably came in with so much confidence, right? Last time out, didn't even break a sweat. Effortlessly won that series. And now they're actually in a position where they look considerably worse, and sort of everybody's stepping up over towards Kaleido, which is great to see. I know it is kind of that running joke we've been bringing up about that 0-kill game for Suki, but you know, at times they've been relying on one individual really kind of pulling the strings. Rage is at a really good map when we caught him. A nice shot from him as well as he tags Rue on the cross.
But yeah, you raise a good point. I think there is just a bit more delivery, and it's going to make a big difference to your confidence and your calling. maybe the game yesterday, or maybe the game this morning as well, you've got to bear in mind, has really given them that. Rage with a quick scope. We've had a kill from Coolest in here. Getting a bit weird. Where has he gone is the big question, and Rage just about finds him. If he's slightly off on that timing, I think he potentially could have gone down. Still another man missing, however. So pretty far back. A lot of ground to recover for Kaleido, despite the man advantage.
Rage is looking so confident in the early part of this game. He's taken a lot of quite aggressive fights. Rue, 37 points of HP, Tikwak. Not much better than half. Oh, the kind of momentum here is swinging continuously further in favor of Kaleido. Double stack gonna go for sure. Control. First contact, Rue, dead. And the same for E-Fire as they follow suit 6 feet under. Wow. Ruben for 2. And that's the round.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's looking hella good as well, right? 2 incredibly impactful rounds. Tikwak knows that it's up. I think he's just hoping to hold on to his weaponry. Field disappearance here of the Chinggis Warriors. And maybe, just maybe, this punishing pick. A slight lack of map pool. Getting the better of Chinggis Warriors on map number 1, which really could spruce things up into this series. Gets a bit more lively, rather than just the total capitulation we saw a couple days ago. So yeah, Chinggis Warriors not going to be plain sailing. We also have this angle that we like to take within the tier 2, which I think can be pretty important. Just a bit warmer. Kaleido going through the motions, feeling themselves here on Dust2. And it really is making a difference, but yeah, Ruben is just so crisp for me at the moment. A player that might be able to take over this T side if he continues.
Yeah. It just looks so sharp at the moment. My God. Some great shots. Really are. 6-0. I think of all the ways that this game could have started, this is not the one, or probably one of the least likely expectations, right? I mean, I could have maybe even given it the case of back and forth, sure, but not utter domination by Kaleido. What a shot to open things up by Rage. expSasiKi, one of his own as well. Spine on the 180, gets both. B-side open, round done. 7-0 start for Kaleido.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, a really great sign for a team, isn't it, when the low buys are not proving too many issues.
Bomb has been planted.
So very happy with what we've seen so far. Chinggis Warriors, you have to bear in mind, have taken a pause within all this as well. Yami, gets his hands onto an AK. He thought he was going to get away, but no. Rage locks him in and takes him down. So we'll see here. Kaleido really looking good.
They need to find better ways to cross. Because at the moment...
go for the classic.
Yeah, it's like... Just drop a smoke there, fellas. They are taking... Like, you're getting damaged every time, if not dying every time. And it's just so difficult to deal with. The one time they don't peek, it's actually Rage who's taking first contact towards B.
We're going to see here, though. Coolest has managed to find one. The B-bomb site is pretty open. Coolest is still here and still looking decent. Lots of damage done. Okay, he's going crazy. Break on the smoke. Maybe a bit too crazy. Another well-placed nade, though. Yeah, Rage knows it. Oh, he can't quite get away from the bullets. This is so panicked from Kaleido trying to get in here. The bomb is barely making its way forward. expSasiKi catches another reloading. Oh, you've got to be joking. The timing of it is ridiculous. Yami was making a move and he's shut down by Suki. Panic all over. Chaos all over. And Kaleido absolutely thriving in that chaos.
What the hell is happening here? It's 8-0 to Kaleido. What is going on? A ridiculous series of Counter-Strike thus far. The least expected fashion. The most likely case, Chinggis Warriors just do it again, right? Go crazy and dominate all the way throughout without breaking that much of a sweat. The secondary option, the only other one, is that it's a little bit closer on a map in which Chinggis Warriors don't play, but to be utterly decimated like this right now, I don't know. This is not what I expected at all, but I'm all here for it. Chinggis Warriors, this is a wake-up call and a half right now. Another pause they've called. They get 3 in total. And at this point, you may as well just burn all of them in this first half. You have to recover this.
Yes, it is true. It is true. I mean, again, we talk about it a fair bit, but it is a game that could be lost in the first half if things don't turn around. Nice idea from Yami. Angry for sure. Corner not going to get checked here. So maybe a needless death. expSasiKi was also on his own, flying out long there. So it's not like he necessarily had any backup. I mean, maybe you just take the trade and back off. We'll see what kind of an effect it has.
Takuaki's a little bit indecisive about where he wants to play. They've got this double stack, sure. Oh, Rue. Bye-bye. Oh, he's very lucky in that first. Oh, moving forward. Rage jump shotting as well. Does he know he's here? Oh, are you kidding me? The no-scope and another 4 Rage as well. This is an inspired performance from the AWPer.
Oh, bullets are a little close there. Bomb goes down. They're both incredibly low. So this is absolutely doable. eFire does lack a kit. Got some decent info to work with. Where is this last player? He doesn't quite know. And you can see Rage just playing it patiently to perfection. A brilliant round from him. Gets them back into B. Closes it out as well from 100 to 0 almost. You know, incredibly chaotic and then very patient right at the end to net the round. So Kaleido keep them coming. Rage with an individual moment. Him and Ruben, I think, certainly having the most impact so far in this half.
Yeah. Rage is so fun to watch right now. When you see a player like this who's just got unbridled levels of charisma in the way that they're playing with that orb, it's so fun to watch. There's no contest for him. And he's so kind of comfortable just being left on his own. To his own devices, do what he wants. Ruben spam down through the smoke, but he does get one before he drops to clear Coolest from Cart. There's 2 towards this side, but there's Rage again to level the playing field, and Suki sneaking on by Suki. Freebie spots another as well. Suki trying to catch the head, but he can't. It's all on the shoulders of the big man. Take the shot. You know you want to. You know where he is. He's just so scared about this other guy. He's heard him, though. Oh, he's heard him. Oh my god, he's isolated him as well. Oh, Rage, you're a monster. A monster right now in the server. Another multi-kill round for him. He's 15-3, for God's sake. This is mental. But we have to look towards Chinggis Warriors again. How have they allowed an orb to isolate? It's the easiest thing to not isolate.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. I mean, there's just a lack of that bravado that I think we saw from Chinggis Warriors. Really is shocking in a way to see, but this again sort of sums up the region, doesn't it? You trounced them the other day, so job should be easy. No sweat, and clearly not focused. 2 rounds where there's like big moments that I think they should have been able to shut down. Should have been able to deal with on, it feels like almost any other day. And yet, here we are, 10-0 now for Kaleido. How deep does the rabbit hole go? Is it going to be a clean half? Or is there a round in here for the Chinggis Warriors? So far, not so good. Rue taken down, getting aggressive. Again, begging a question of perhaps why. eFire getting aggressive out long house. Same situation over there. What? Why? To be honest.
I'm sort of awestruck by what is going on here. Out towards long we go again. Coolest. He's in the open here. Yeah, you can get the information. He should get 1, but getting a second behind this is a big ask. He should get traded. Oh my god, not bad. Coolest. Not bad at all. 2 versus 3 now. They've clawed the numbers back.
Oh, Ruben. Big find from him. The bomb is, of course, the problem here. 20 seconds left. They're not really able to play safe, is the thing. AWP reveals itself as well, so just going to come down to the one-on-one. Oh, there's a tag that lands, and SasuKi gets the headshot. Kaleido again clutching up. Chinggis Warriors will just be so frustrated, as I think maybe all of us watching feel for them. Kaleido winning clutch after clutch after clutch to keep this streak going.
Oh man, 11-0. Who would have thought? Rage, trying to hold this cross again. Oh, they need to find a better way to peek it. He's always getting some level of damage. They're going to head for early tunnels control. I mean, the B side's been really good for Kaleido. They're having a lot of success there. Nate breaks up in the smoke and nearly cost Tikawak his life.
Slow build up here. Moving down below. This boost is fruity. Certainly something that might be able to net you your first round. Activates. Can they get away though? They've unfortunately awoken the beast. Rage has just closed the gap. Finds the first from top mid. Flies down to try and get the next. It's the Molotov to actually finish it. We like the idea for an isolated kill, but unfortunately there was no contingency plan, no escape route for the boost there. And it will be a man advantage for Kaleido.
E5. Up close, they try and contact through the door, but they're grouping back up. Oh, SasuKi. E5's making a move. And I don't really hate the idea of making a move because you sort of have to in a spot like this. But it should cost him his life, and it does. Uh-oh. And now it's kind of all on the shoulders of Coolers. Tikawak is 1 foot in the grave. They're going back towards B. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Tikawak, you're about to get pinned, so SasuKi will be heard. And now they know where both of them are. Molly got air bursting towards window, but Tikawak is low, and Coolers is also tagged as well. This one should be all she wrote. It's a numbers disadvantage retake towards this B side. 2 flashes and a smoke to deal with. And down goes the first, down goes the second. A flawless half by Kaleido. Who would have thought? The question is, can they keep it flawless after the break?
welcome back in. Maybe a brief second half here, Neo. I think it might be safe to say. I don't know much, but I know that. Yeah, Kaleido giving us a really, really strong showing. Flawless thus far. Can they keep it into the pistol? Would be a nice little cherry on top of this map for them, but ultimately should be their Dust2.
Yeah, man. I don't even know what you can do here. We're going to head towards long. The flash is good, and the opening kill is also good. Takeback will get one back in response. Rage under a bit of pressure. He's got the support of Suki, who gets one. Oh, Rage, we need a second here. Doesn't get a 2 versus 2. This is a little scrappy, but Ruben has time to get out on towards the site. He does cross. He spots one car. He's just trying to take a couple of hopeful shots, but now you need to buy time for the rotation to come through, and it's here.
P250 still in play is the one thing that I maybe keep an eye on here with where these fights are going to go down. Ruben. Ooh. Position revealed. Full commit to the bomb plant. I think you only really do that in a 12-0 situation. Julie's closing the gap. He was so hoping to go unseen. It's going to make a big difference here as well. Down he'll go, just spraying and praying. And they do manage, Chinggis Warriors, to hold on a little while longer.
That's a little bit of what my dualies look like.
Yeah.
That's a bit more like it.
That's what happens, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of spamming, not a lot of connecting.
You see like a Rops clip, he goes crazy. You're like, right, I'm buying dualies for the next like 2 or 3 games. Doesn't quite work out for the first one, fair enough. Second game, you just don't hit any bullets. And by the third game, you're like, right, just back to buying armor.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I'm not seeing a 13-0 in a while, and that'll continue. The flawless streak is out. Flash round for the CTs. Nothing really gained there. Should be dead to rights in car. Oh my god, Spine. They deal a little bit of damage at the very least. Ruben also gets dropped as well. Stink on towards Yami, as he'll now wield the bomb, but they're scaling in towards A, and there should be no issues for a second round on the board here for the Chinggis Warriors. The recovery required is next to impossible, but we've seen some bad Counter-Strike over the last couple of days at times from Kaleido. But I'm still not going to open the door to that conversation until it's like 12-10.
Yeah. I think that's safe to say. In all honesty, we're just going through the motions here. It's nice not to get 13-0'd is kind of where we're at the moment within this game. But yes, a lot more work to be done. Maybe even to give us like confidence, you know, now you start to look at the next map. Yes, it is this Inferno that was pretty one-sided last time out, but Kaleido obviously looking a lot better here today, and kind of a map that just goes up and down for them. They were streaking pretty hard before the game against Chinggis Warriors, so I think they're still capable on Inferno. You start to question the Chinggis Warriors now, in fact. Can they survive this first rifle round? Quick 1-for-1 out long, and some control for the Chinggis Warriors to work with. Coolest though, maybe, just maybe, failing his job ever so slightly. Rage has managed to slip the net. They've seen him. They seem aware. Oh, the flash comes in and he gets caught turning away. So they do deal with him.
This could be... The Chinggis Warriors can start opening the door a little bit, right? First gun round, break the econ again. They've got the numbers advantage, but TikTok is pretty damn low. Under a minute now. Back towards 8. Last few times haven't been bad, so I don't really blame them. I don't think Ruben needs to take this fight, actually. Yeah, it's a risky one and not worth it. Set up close on towards site. Wait for the initial push-up ramp. If Ruben can get one and stay alive, this goes a long, long way. If he gets traded, however, because of the round's probably done at that point, Suki can't really help him out either. Does get one. Can't get a second. That's it. Round probably done at this point. expSasiKi needs a crazy one to go his way, and a nade hitting him for 50 is not going to help.
Oh. All right. Dink lands. A little close for comfort. You know, 1 or 2 more bullets in the right place, but clutching at straws there. They're buying themselves some time. And just proving that they can fire back. They can compete. We want this series to go a little longer than this, a little closer than this. We've only been in this map for maybe half an hour, if that, to be honest, because, you know, we had a bit of a delay getting in. So, ooh, kind of wild to see. Slightly dodgy move, and the shot doesn't land. He is spotted, however. Mag 7. Dangerous, very dangerous. They don't want to mess with that. Uh-oh. Be careful here. You never know what might happen with the mag. He's going to take a lot of damage. Still sticking around. The second nade doesn't finish him somehow. So he's still able to lock them out of B for the time being.
Okay. Oh, Suki. He's firing towards E-Fire. Rage is going back for seconds. I'm worried about it. No, brother. What a time to pull out the pistol. Why? Why even pull it out at that point? They got him towards B. Ruben's going to find a kill. He's still here and trying to be a bit of a nuisance. Just needs a body shot, but cool, his other idea. Suki, one of his own as well. This is chaotic back and forth, but now should be done, and just about is. That wasn't convincing at all.
Yeah, getting closer and closer, isn't it? You know, you really need a run of like 7 or 8 super dominant rounds. You got to make them believe that the comeback is happening. It's not just a few slip-ups from Kaleido. A few blips on the score sheet. We'll see here. Another buy coming round. From the CT end, aggression up middle seems pretty popular here in the Asian region. Rage having a look. Nobody there. Dips back. No one watching for him, so he's able to just have a little holiday up middle there. Completely undisturbed.
Little sack going lower. I was going to say that nade, decent trajectory, just not deep enough. Tikwak's playing all the way back. I kind of like the decision of like double stacking B early here. They've already got really decent long control. Playing towards that short area too, so as a whole, you can afford to have 2 in that direction. The only issue is, it looks like the way things are set up, this bomb wants to head towards A.
Man, like ships in the night here as they cross each other. Going to be an A move, as you say. Oh, what is that? Suki just flying in dry. Finds all 3. You can't be serious. His teammates, unfortunately, falling flat on the site itself, despite the fact that they'd rotated in so very heavily. But he's got the bomb. 20 seconds left. No smoke on the cross. 1 finished, 1 softened. And the AWP to finish it off. Suki will get it with a 4-piece. How has he gotten away with that? Absolutely ridiculous. I was like, okay, this guy's gone down long. And then Suki's just like, and just flew in and killed 3. Just kind of sums it up that Kaleido were getting away with absolute murder in some of those rounds. 13-4, not quite the 13-0, but it will do, I think, in their mind. And now things get very, very interesting moving on to Inferno now.
Yeah, I don't even know what to... Undoubtedly, he was so sharp, so confident. Every fight he was taking was so fun to watch. But, God, that was a really interesting first map. And I really don't know what to expect towards Inferno because, you know, if we subtract that first map, it was 13-2 Chinggis Warriors when they played 2 days ago. So all expectations that it should be the same. But after a dominant map like that to kickstart the series, I don't know if I can have that same belief. I think this might be a lot more work for Chinggis Warriors. Or, in classic Asian Counter-Strike style, as we've been covering the Asian region for a long, long time, Chinggis Warriors might just farm here because they just have these lack of consistency moments where this map is still bad. So let's see.
Yeah, it's one of those things as well, isn't it? That it's like, oh, they don't like playing Dust2. How far away is that map? Do they really not like it? Are they just seeing Dust2 and they're like, okay, complete write-off. You know, just focus on the next 2, whatever. It is something, again, it's discipline for me in this region that is something that really separates even just like the Mongols from everybody else. you know, and then once in a while they'll have a bit of a random sort of series, or someone just doesn't show up or has a bit of a dodgy social media post, you know, things like this. It's pretty interesting to see. Either way, we are into it, of course. An early kill, but not too much since then. The B hit on the cards into the Julies. Kaleido are pretty set up for this one. I don't think there's really an easy way into that B site.
Rage. Nice shot from him. And stick whack for another. Rage just look good. All series long. Bodies gets overwhelmed there. 4 versus 2, though. I still can't see a world in which Kaleido lose this one. We're looking towards long. There's 2 players here to meet them as well. And Suki makes sure that E-Fire is not long in this map. The last man is solo. Yami's going to be dead in a second. Oh my god, Suki. Where are those bullets going? Doesn't matter. expSasiKi sees it off. 3 remaining alive. That'll be Kaleido kickstarting their opponent's map pick well. What a shock.
Yeah, we'll see here. This is very quickly, I think, going to put the fear of Kaleido into Chinggis Warriors. So it is time to see whether the Chinggis Warriors are going to show up today, I suppose. Small tech pause into the force here from the T side. Something to really consider, I suppose, from the map the other day. Chinggis Warriors started off on the CT end of things. It was Kaleido's pick that time around. And they rinsed them. They had these crazy individual, you remember? You know, there was like an ace, then a 4K, then another ace. All in the space of like 4 or 5 rounds. So kind of mental to be on the end of. Perhaps that got into the heads of Kaleido, right? There's a lot of question marks around that, of course. This would also be a pretty predictable pick. So I'm on the edge of my seat for this one. We'll see what Kaleido deliver.
Yeah. I don't really know kind of what to expect in terms of just in particular kind of Chinggis Warriors, right? You know, looking at the side in terms of, I guess, kind of what's going on right now from them. They look half asleep in this series. And it has been actually quite damning to watch because we know what the skill ceiling, I guess, what the peak looks like for this side. It's really good. When they play at a really good level, they are incredibly fun to watch. So it's tough to see them look so off their game and so difficult at times in comparatively to what we saw the other day. Still plenty of time to get back into this, though, so I'm not going to count them out just yet, but this doesn't go their way. They're force buying in towards the second. If you lose this one as well, that's basically a 3-0 start already for Kaleido before your next gun round.
All right, let's see. Bit of a break before we get into it. Early smokes down here. Kaleido's utility looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. So perhaps some work done on the server in between this game and the last. Big damage onto Coolest to kick things off, but an early wait around at the bottom of Banana. Chinggis Warriors not wanting to give anything away. They've got plenty of utility, and I think the idea is to just execute in here and go from there.
Yeah, just plays a pack. Smoke actually goes a little late there, but it doesn't matter. Spine for 2. expSasiKi, one of his own as well. And do that smoke, he'll double it down. Ruben will close. It is flawless. They barely even take any damage. That's not the force buy you wanted. If you're Chinggis Warriors. Yikes. 2-0 out the gates. The third is a gimme. You can't complain, really. If you're being completely honest, that's exactly what Kaleido needs to do. They come in towards their opponent's map pick off the back of a dominant map, and they continue the hot streak.
A few upgraded pistols here. Chinggis Warriors still not a lot to get excited about. Pace change up from Kaleido laying down the law in Banana. Coolest will get one on his deagle, kind of on top of each other here as well. This is a little messy, but they deal with him. There's another kill in towards Banana there. So, looking good. Slight panic for a moment. It's just that superior weaponry and a lack of armor for Chinggis Warriors makes it like a hot knife through butter, I think, for these M4s. Nothing to really worry about just yet. Probably want to keep the damage to a minimum as well.
Well, Suki. Oh, yeah. And nail that shot on towards Root. And the last man solo. Take a whack, an easy one at 2-drop. It's one constellation kill. That's all it is on the low bite. 3-0 start for Kaleido. This next round is actually not make or break, but it's a really good indicator, really, of probably how this map should pan out for the most part, because you're looking at what is going to be the first gun round against a bit of a bonus buy, but loose term, because Rage also has the AWP too. So it's a good indicator of how a lot of these gun rounds should go. If Kaleido can come in and in the same vein as Dust2, just make it look kind of effortless, we are in trouble if you're Chinggis Warriors. It might even be kind of that region of early tack pause and, you know, really trying to slow down this game a bit.
Bit quicker into the round itself. Ooh. AWP shot is close. Maybe just mini-map spot or something like that. All the same, pretty quick move for Inferno here towards A. Chinggis Warriors not wanting to waste any time. Flash comes out. Spine is caught completely off guard. They're ahead of the smokes. It's a really nicely worked out round. Meanwhile, flashing at short is effective. Try and get some control back. It's solid from Kaleido. Suki traded out quickly. Where has the MP9 gone, though, is the big question. I think they've lost track of him. They've got to be very careful here. No one really considering that he could have gone into the apartments. He has been spotted by this pit player. The Molotov doesn't quite get the kill, but forces him forwards. 2 versus 2 very quickly here. An all-important kill that's just missed by the AWP. The tag landing, so unfortunate. And 2 AKs spraying in. Look how low they both are, though.
Yeah, it's quite literally just 2 bullets the difference. Oh, man, alive. Really could have been one of those situations where it falls flat, and that's where you start to get really uncomfortable, I think, for the most part, for Chinggis Warriors. But at the very least, alleviated some of the pressure. But that was technically speaking a bonus bite towards Kaleido. So back they go in with the investment, or back in play for Rage as well. Ollie traded towards that close corner, but there is a smoke behind it, so expSasiKi. He wants to fight here. The flash actually does come over, but Rue had already set his crosshair.
Oh, quick boost is clean, you know. I think that might just be enough to net the round here. We've got Spine pretty quick towards B, and does actually slow them down. Sort of. He's still smoked off, so I think a nuisance. Okay, what's going on with this bomb? No one was there. No one wants the plan. They will get it down eventually. It's going to be a save anyway from Kaleido, so it's really neither here nor there. Nothing landing. So yeah, will be another round. Chinggis Warriors very quickly then, and actually a pacey approach here with the rifles, which I think we can be a fan of, but will it remain successful is, of course, the question on everyone's lips.
Let's see. Ready to keep hold of the AWP. Should be fine. Any exit here would be good, but they don't actually need to leave Banana. Only one is really Rue, who is sticking around there, so he thinks he's going to be okay. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, this is better from Chinggis Warriors. It's a much more kind of formulated round as a whole. You're looking at where, for them, it's kind of this position of now we can start scaling properly into this, building properly in towards this. 1 round game. It's a bit of a janky reinvestment around kind of what they've got, but for Chinggis Warriors, you win this next round, not only do you tie the game up, you should be gifted the lead as well, as Money takes a pretty significant hit, but that'll, of course, have to be after the tech pause.
Yeah, a little unfortunate into the second map here. We seem to be hitting a couple tech issues. Hopefully not going to be waiting too long, but yeah, it really does look shaky for Kaleido. I like what they're bringing. Still some decent confidence, putting their best foot forward in a lot of these rounds, right? That's something that was really sort of lacking, was like a degree of coordination. Maybe even in the game we saw them win yesterday, to be honest, you know, just kind of flying in, throwing the kitchen sink at it. It seems that they have sort of woken up on the right side of the bed, as it were, today. A bit more of a game plan, bit more of a directive, rather than just swinging in, hoping to win all our 1v1s. It's how we saw that double overtime occur. I'm absolutely sure of it. So, yeah, it's a pretty solid game from them thus far, and good to see that they have this in their locker, that they are capable of it.
Mm-hmm. Tech ball's done. We're live once again. Kaleido to sort of keep themselves in a bit of a comfortable spot in the CT side this round. Pretty important. You lose this, in a bit of trouble. Only one with any residual cash would be Rage. You need to probably keep hold of most of it to get up to in towards the next following gun round. Nice start. Boost up, coolest core. Just what you want. Also, a lot of damage has been dealt towards E-Fire and Yami off the U-Tool in the early part of that banana control. So that's exactly where you want to be for Kaleido in a round in which is very important for the early part of momentum here in this second map. It's the right way to go about it.
Rue with an aggressive move. One on the other end of it, and they would be wise to leave the B-bomb site for now. But as always, Inferno remains unpredictable. So what is the plan on this one? Bomb changes hands. AWP changes hands. And they will leave the AWP to just kind of lock down banana, and then taking the long route towards A, it would seem. So going to be an A move and perhaps a fake out towards B. I don't have a lot of confidence in this for the Chinggis Warriors, honestly. Look at where the setup is at on A as well. I think they're very ready for some form of a balcony burst.
Suki. Oh, get it down now. Uh-oh. Well, they all trade mollies. He'll swing out. If we get one here, that'd be okay. But in the flames, he can't. They kind of just got to buy time. Look at it. We've got less than 15 seconds. Oh, just win your fight. My God. Spine, nice shot from him. And the last man, no chance in hell. E-Fire is nowhere near. So that is the round. And in the end as well, it's the round found. If only the one casualty. There's upgrades to be found as well. 2 AKs there. There's an M4 as well for Spine. Beautiful work. Beautiful work. Just recovering that momentum. Wow, that is a tough one for Chinggis Warriors to lose just because of where you're at. You're on the brink of getting complete control of this game again, and then you let it slip like that. So a 2-round buffer built up once again.
Just about enough, and of course the first gun round for Kaleido, which is always nice. Sigh of relief. Really, really important round for them. Nade is almost perfect. Slightly late. Rue, again, is going wild. He seems to love just a crazy YOLO peak there at the top of car. Nade damage traded almost perfectly there. Spine and E-Fire onto each other.
Tick-whack. The flash over. They're so ready for that fight, though. Now, there's another over towards Coffin's Spine. I actually don't think he can do really too much from here. I think you've got to try and angle for a save already. Unless you get an early kill before this bomb even goes down, I think you already tempt fate with the save. The bomb will go down. They can't deny it, but they're not far off. Spam and Tick-whack. A resmoke CT. Coolest does drop, but there's just another smoke for Yami. Oh, barrel spotted and Rage dead. That's it at this point. I don't think they can win this, but they're going to give it a look in. And it'll be very, very costly. Spine trying to exit out. He should fall. He will. E-Fire drops him. Good round of response from Chinggis Warriors.
Yeah, just seeing some of the, again, questionable moves, right? Like, it's just little things. I think they're working very instinctually. Kind of overcommitting a couple of angles. The AWP up on the boost, like, what is that about?
Yeah,
like,
should be the rifle.
why are you ever putting the AWP up there, man? It just seems a little wacky. So, trying to work with some randomness, and it just hasn't happened for them. Curious, very curious here to see if Kaleido can rein it in ever so slightly. Rage, though, with an aggressive peak, opens up. So it's like, sometimes it works, sometimes it's difficult and looks silly, sometimes it's super successful. And you see what happens in this round. They were going to go for that quick A execute that they pulled out a few rounds ago, but the AWP shot, the presence of the AWP, just completely stops that in its tracks.
1:15. There's a little bit of AWP presence in the bomb in that direction, but still going to be a little cautious of Rue just trying to be a nuisance. He's spamming around that smoke. He's keeping attention drawn there. But in the spot they're in, we don't need to move. If you Kaleido, keep doing, you know, I guess keep this sort of hold. But the issue is now, look, you're seeing that rotation come over as Spy going to go join this B hold. And it leaves A actually on demand. If Spy stays over towards long, they have no issues. Rage got to find a kill and fall away. Oh my god. Yeah, he'll get it. Okay, good. Finds the kill, falls away. That's what you need. Suki's up close too.
Oh, he's blind. Not going to close the gap on him. He's lost his teammates. 5-7. We love it at that range, but he's shut down. That's big. Really solid entries in towards this A-bomb site. Is there anything in for Kaleido is the question. Spine with a very lucky spam through the smoke on that pit player, in fact. So really big scalp to be taking. There is actually a kit available. They just have zero utility. Ruben, it's so paramount that he lives, that he makes it into this site, or at least near it. And the AWP is trained on him. Oh, it makes you nervous, but he's drawing attention. He knows they're going to be watching him. And maybe they don't even need the kit in the end, as the short players were completely overlooked.
I thought that was a write-off there. I really thought that, you know, when the initial kind of kills come through and they get that bomb done, I thought they're in a decent spot for Chinggis Warriors, but well done, Spine. I was worried about him early rotating back towards B, but he ends up being okay. 2 kills to his name. 8 and 2 as well out the gates is a really solid start from him. And a bit of a buffer continuing to be kept by Kaleido. It's a little bit more of a back and forth affair, but the consistent factor here so far has just been that Kaleido have had 2 rounds sort of to work with as a bit of breathing room. And you can see as well where this is having that effect towards Chinggis Warriors. 2 Mach 10s, a Galil, a Tech 9, 1 premium gun.
A lot of damage early.
Yeah.
They picked up the pace here to go charging in as well. Suki is the man to hold the line. He's down to that USP. What's happened to the long player, though? That's maybe the issue. We fire what? What? Full Terminator mode. 100% accuracy activated. That's insane. Oh, man. And it, again, is just this very reliable long execute. The Chinggis Warriors really like it. Few variations on it, bit more pressure on short this time, but the gap was still found at long, right? That's where they lost the info. That's where the panic came in. Not sure what Rage's game plan is here. Ooh, that's a little yikes. Stuck on the door and just taken down from below, but might have been nice to save that all, bro.
Yeah, that is a crazy, crazy round. Like you say, it's just the E-Fire who just barrels his way out along. That's the one that makes all the change. And I can't believe that's the round they kind of get away with. I love that pace. I mean, this is actually what Chinggis Warriors were doing quite a lot when they played Inferno just a couple of days ago. Really quick rounds, getting up in their face, sharpish, making life super, super difficult. Kind of aren't always good when the fight's taken to them so quickly.
Solid even up on the cards here, of course, for the Chinggis Warriors. Early kills are easy. Yeah, nothing coming. Nothing coming at all, which is always going to be solid. Rue just has to be careful not to go down needlessly. And Ruben's Deagle still in action, but very briefly. Clean round. Chinggis Warriors, with a quick pace, are looking pretty effective here. Kaleido needing a few more individual moments to bail them out.
Oh, well. Tied square. That was a low buy, so I guess not to expect loads, maybe, but Chinggis Warriors in a position where they can put up a really decent T-side. You get 7 rounds T-side on your own map pick. I think you're in a decent spot, but Kaleido, you know, already considerably better than what we saw the other day. It was a 13-2, remember, just 2 days ago. Rage, I like this if it works. I hate it if it doesn't. But it does, the first. Alright, the second. Yami gets both. Uh-oh.
Oh, Spine, big fine. Looking for a bit more. Can't quite get it. Still a chance. expSasiKi, edge of the smoke. Just flattened by E-Fire, who has looked solid here. Ruben going to be the only one left. He's miles away, of course, and goodness, again, it's skin of the teeth stuff, but Chinggis Warriors just finding that extra level in these past few rounds to give them now the lead and maybe a chance at solidifying that lead as well.
Yeah, exactly. Ruben will save, and heading in towards that last round, there's not gonna be loads to really work with. Lost burner, sure, but difficult predicament, that's for damn sure. Chinggis Warriors have streaked a lot of really good rounds together.
Terrorists win.
And even just getting a 6th on the T side puts you in a nice position. Tech pause, unfortunately, before we get in towards that final round, but for Kaleido, they've really fallen off a bit of a cliff here.
Yeah, another tech pause as well to just take some more sting on the Kaleido side of things. Still a little bit better, still able to bring presence, right? We've seen the very worst of Kaleido on this map for sure. But yeah, I think they will be kicking themselves, you know, a good 2 or 3 rounds that hung in the balance and it's just swung the other way, right? Getting a taste of their own medicine, maybe. There was a lot of clutches in the early stages of Dust2 that went their way, so they know now what it's like to be on both ends. All the same, an opportunity to keep things close here. Buy is not dreadful, opting to go utility heavy, so that kind of speaks to a bit of intention from the team. Curious to see what that might be.
Oh, they squeezed something out. Maybe there's a lot of onus on Ruben. Don't know, quite a bit of the heavy lifting in this round with that only premium gun. Hit down early. Rage. Slight tag, the boost up, and then there we go. They're setting up Ruben to give them bits of space, and he'll get an AK to work with now as well. That's recoverable. Rage gonna go and get that M4. The right way to go about this, play these buddy systems, play these sort of pack mentalities on the CT side, and just hope that you can overwhelm the T side.
Yeah, really great idea, for sure. The only thing I will say now, they've splurged a lot of that utility very, very early into the round. So there's not a lot left, where the T side obviously still have a fully fledged execute on the cards here. Rage nearly lining them up. But some weird gaps being left, and pretty solid read from the T side actually. Just keep the mix-ups coming. Oh man, a complete misread of the situation as well. So the B-bomb site may have a defense. Ruben nearly dedicated down middle, but they called him off. He is, however, smoked. He's got a Molotov. Does he want to reveal himself this early into proceedings? He could be in a good spot. He goes walking through the smoke. And E-Fire will take him down. Slight frustration in my voice because I don't think that's the move you want to go for, in all honesty. It's just a free kill given away for no real reason. And now the retake looks tough.
Take a whack. This first contact's pretty important, and he does well. Repositions for a second. Suki is fine, though. Combination play, and E-Fire is there for all to do. All on his shoulders. They have a molly. They can actually clear him out of this. And they will. They force him into a fight, and it's Kaleido who take the final round here in this half. So 6-all at the halfway mark. It isn't bad from both sides, but I'd give the edge to Chinggis Warriors. We'll see if they can continue it. But first, a break.
The road to the top is a riddle. What will be my destiny? Money and fame are awaiting, but not enough is raining on me. Maybe I should give it all up. How much more can I take? Out here singing to the heavens. When I gonna get my break? I can run this town. Oh.
Welcome back. It's all even at the halfway point, 6-all here, but I'd probably argue the momentum is slightly in favor of Chinggis Warriors right now, and I'd be sort of favoring them to take this half. We'll have to see for Kaleido. Not super convinced just yet. But let's take a look and see. This pistol round could be a good indicator.
Indeed. Again, as we've said, a little more competition here now, which is nice to see. And Kaleido making a really solid case. Chinggis Warriors maybe feeling they'd done the hard work. Great flash to kick us off. Response is there. It's not perfect, however. I think the man at the front of the attack here did get blinded up by that response flash, but it's caused enough carnage, allows the Glocks to close the gap, but there's two already here, ready and waiting. They can't find the heads fast enough. Rage clears out the B bomb site, but what good is that, unfortunately? He's lost all his teammates here. He knows he's got to do a bit of something before rushing to get the bomb down. He's hoping to catch Oh, a slightly lazy CT, and you know what? Yami might have been the man if he'd pushed forwards there. They're giving him the space. They really are. Isolated 1v1s, he's got that at the very least. Wow, okay. And now starting to think he's maybe escaped them. Tikuak gives up the banana angle completely. And decides to rotate around. So an interesting kind of move. It might just be enough to catch him off. Oh, Yami! Yami, just get the crosshair on the head, man. Just play it cool. He wasn't even looking at you. It's always the easy ones that get away. And now maybe a chance for Rage to ace up here. Eliminates the first. And he knows about the second. Nade coming in to confuse proceedings. And the one tap to make it look oh so clean. A beautiful ace from Rage to steal it for Kaleido.
God, Rage is having a barn burner of a series. Map 1, he was lights out all the way throughout, and then he's continued that here, like you mentioned, with the ace, but it's the clutch as well. What a round coming through from him. Through the nade, the one tap onto Tikuak. Oh, it's just beautiful. It's so well done. Chinggis Warriors are immediate in towards the attack pause, and I do not blame them. That is such a tilt of a round to lose. That is the one that can basically absolutely cripple you mentally. Oh, you hate to see it if you are a fan of Chinggis Warriors, but for Kaleido, man alive, what a spot that they've kind of gifted themselves now. A little bit of a run in towards the early part of this half, and again, they can start building upon this slight buffer zone they've been very good with.
Yeah, very, very true. And that is really a kick in the teeth, you know what I mean? Chinggis Warriors, it felt like in the first half, they worked pretty hard to keep things even. Certainly some good rounds from them, but they have worked harder than maybe they were expecting. And then plain sailing into the second half, right? Keen way to kick it off until Rage gets in the way. So, yeah, this is a scary prospect now. They have to try and keep it together. They got a force buy here, so it kind of compounds. I'd maybe be in the camp. Look, it's real nuance, but you lose out to an ace like that, maybe you just take the eco and have a nice breather round.
I'm with you.
Before you get back in there. It's a lot of stress here for Chinggis Warriors.
I'm completely with you. I have to agree. I think you need to kind of mentally like reset a little bit, have a bit of a throwaway round. Come back towards B. Bit of the if it ain't broke, cruise spam, not good. He will reload and they fly in. The right way to go about it. As a pack, you move forward. The flash only catches Rage, to be fair, but it's fine. They've still got the sight. And there's just nothing really. Honestly, if you are Chinggis Warriors here, I think you should already be going towards a save. And they are. This is the right call. You've got to use this buy again towards the next round. So that's now an 8th for Kaleido. It's the same level of a buy in towards the next round too, so it kind of probably should be a 9th too. God, this next gun round, it's not make or break, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, they're gonna. I mean, look, when the second half starts, it can be a fresh slate, right? And I think they have to sort of deny that away as best they possibly can. They will get everyone out. Is the one thing. And now this is a complete gift, a complete bonus of a round. So I'd really like to see the Chinggis Warriors do something creative with this. Maybe stack a sight.
Yeah, gimmicky.
Maybe fly in there. We're maybe getting a bit too creative. Coolest is moving on to the M4. So this is just going to create a bit of dissonance at the moment. I don't know. And maybe the player that you want to have the most money as well is the guy that goes for the M4. So we'll see here.
Wonder how much of this is like, okay, force buys are sort of meta a little bit, or how much of it is sort of tilt maybe playing in with the investment. Coolest has got to go huge here. Investing towards M4 and the round still falls apart. It's going to be a horrible spot. Yami gets tagged up by the Mac 10, and then I don't know where the Mag 7 is. It looks like they want to avoid the Mag 7, which kind of makes a bit of sense, but they're actually going to walk in towards the M4 if they head towards B.
Coolest Wants this M4 to get active, but not feeling too confident at this fight. The Molotov doesn't actually come for him. And Rue full cells here to allow the M4 in. And it will work out. 2-piece for Coolest. He's left very low. Rage has got to get this trade to keep the round alive. Played it slow. And it does work for him. Meanwhile, over on A, there's the push-up. So a weird round for the remaining defenders to deal with. The bomb... What's it doing? Is it coming back? Are they going B? I mean, both parties seem unsure of what's happening here, but they have just about managed to make it work despite a really poor moto smoke. They will just about get it together. That could have been disastrous.
Yeah, it's good money as well coming through. It's Mac 10 double kill kind of right at the end there. Ruben got one as well with the Mac 10. So you're talking about where it's decent added cash onto what is already relatively stacked right now. 9-6. As the investment comes through for Chinggis Warriors, you lose this. They've basically got 2 full gun rounds before, if things continue on this current path between where they are now and kind of losing the map and the series and, well, ultimately the final. Let's see. expSasiKi in what is a bonus round for Kaleido. He's trying to get a lot of early information.
Big moments here, of course. A lot of tension in a round like this, I think. And the CT side, the lack of utility is just going to be so prominent here. Rue with a gift. Spam through the smoke in Banana. It's a big find. The only presence over there as well. And it seems like the CTs maybe have an idea of that. They've got 4 out on A ready to go. And the faces look good. And the 1v1s go in the way of these M4s. Suki all alone. They know about him too. He's made plenty of noise here. Just trying to force a peek that favors him. Not going to happen. And a flawless one. Definitely the way that Chinggis Warriors wanted to kick off this campaign.
Yeah, it's sort of the exact round that Chinggis Warriors needed to reopen that door to getting back in towards their map pick, right? That they needed something like that. Just to settle the nerves a little bit. Give them that confidence. Okay, we actually can compete when the guns are in play. And then this is sort of what happened when we sort of saw them dominate on this map 13-2 the other day. It was actually, you know, when the guns are in play, there's only one team in it. I'm hoping they can tap back inside a little bit. There is an investment to come through in response for Kaleido. One Galil was the only slight step back as Spine prioritizes utility. Yami, bye-bye, Rage. Entry AWPing. This is looking pretty akin to how good he was at times on Coolest, caught off guard. They are flying up long. expSasiKi, he'll fall. So will Rage as well. They're feeding Tikuak. This is bad. They're feeding him. He has to reload now as well. They've got to punish him on that reload. Thankfully, they do, but he's giving them a lifeline. Rue, he's low. Smoke down Moto. Yeah, Ruben, let's step back and get that bomb down first.
Yeah, priorities for sure. Oh, a nasty find that might sway the tide here. Ruben creeps back. Unseen. They're very split. Noise at short. They seem to think that he's maybe making a move towards long. Not considered pit at all. He will burst for the first and now has information on this second. Bomb planted for him. Molotov down as well. Doesn't have to panic here. Does take the swing. Does force the fight, but Ruben's fire spreads enough. And he's done enough. As the bomb goes off. A super strange end to that round, but it will be the clutch up for Kaleido that they so desperately needed.
Oh, man. I was so worried when he peeked out there that he might have cost them, but just at how low he fire was. 10 for Kaleido. I mean, it takes everything for them to get that 10th. I mean, you look at it now, all 5 die. So despite winning and adding to the lead, the buy is still not great. AK, Galil, Mac 10s, they're going to hope for something a little bit quick. Little unorthodox once again. They've had 2 Mac 10s make their way up behind that smoke. And there's 3 players here from Chinggis Warriors to meet them. I don't think they should commit towards this B play. Especially now, not that Rage is tagged down to half.
A lot of thinking here, a lot of talking, a lot of swapping of nades for the T side. Molotov and a flash. Just getting one player in the mix with that MAC-10. And we'll get the long smokes out here. So it seems to be quite a popular execute for these two teams. The AWP trained in, and it's far too easy for him. He's got backup as well in the pit, so really going to have to be clean here if they want to take it. I don't think it is going to be. E-Fire, goodness. Blows them all down. He was the man from long, I think, that was dealing with the distraction. All the same, Chinggis Warriors answer back.
And unfortunately, with how expensive the round prior was, and then this one, Kaleido got nothing. No money here. So 8 to 10 should turn 9. Making it a one-round game, making it the next gun round. So important for Kaleido. Tech 9s can still be quite dicey. They've actually force bought though, which I don't know if I love this. I mean, well, one or two of the players were in a bit of a funky spot, but I don't know if I love that. The force buy here is so risky. You lose this round, you kind of gift the lead over towards Chinggis Warriors.
Oh, rage. Able to stay alive. expSasiKi going to go down, but yeah, this is the moment. This is the moment that a lack of weaponry utility is going to create. E-Fire looking really confident the past few rounds. Keeps him coming. Oh my goodness. This is not what you want if you're Kaleido. As he said, gap going to close, but you've just got a monster awoken there. E-Fire's had some really good rounds.
Yeah, I don't know if I love that call, right? Of let's force buy into this with Tech 9s. Because again, right, you know, look at the position that we're in now. Game's about to be tied up. And it then just puts all that pressure on your next gun round. Horrible position. Coolest. Spots one dropping in towards under. His shot, but raise tagged low. It's just Glocks for Kaleido, so not expecting anything. Even get a bomb plant in a round like this, that'd be lovely, but it's unlikely. And Rue gonna make sure of that.
Oh, okay. Rue just kind of turning away. A flash that was maybe meant to come or never came. Not quite sure. He nearly falls needlessly, but it's all good. They're bailed out. The automatic weaponry here is solid. Okay. I talked about giving kills away needlessly. What is Suki going to do with it? Not much that he can really do. He falls easily. So double digits locked in for both teams now. Chinggis Warriors, all of a sudden the momentum shift, the pendulum back in their favor, which could be a problem. Have Kaleido got anything else left in the locker?
Yeah, it's slightly that now or never. I feel like if you're Chinggis Warriors and you're in this gun round to continue this real run of momentum, I think you can very easily just chain it all the way to the end, pushes in towards that third and final map. And whenever for the T side, it's not a good start. Suki caught early. Quite an important kill as well. Suki's been pretty proactive throughout this series. Pretty important to the success. Oh, and Rue going to get a nod there and a fadeaway bullet right at the end there. Rue might have just single-handedly won the round, which could turn in towards the map. And expSasiKi low peeking around the corner. You just got to question why.
Again, the infamous Kaleido head loss perhaps coming into play these past couple of important rounds in particular. Hoping and praying that maybe the gods of Counter-Strike will be on their side to get them stumbling to another overtime. Happened against Feng Dart. But yeah, this is not looking too good as we get into the dying embers of Inferno. Can we get a bomb plant out? You know what? Well, super impossible. I think he's halfway to saving, though, is the only unfortunate thing. But that A bomb site looked pretty vulnerable for a moment. If he'd, in this time, been slowly creeping up mid. Maybe. But not the case. He's going to save. full utility does not affect him here, that he's not going to get any cash moving forwards. They need to win this next round regardless.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think right at that tail end, it is all just collapsed for Kaleido. And, you know, like you gotta put it, the infamous tilt calling. It's just never what you want to see for the side, but it's plagued them here. There's some questionable decision. It just looks nowhere near as methodical and clean in terms of the approach that we've come quite accustomed to off the back of the Dust2, and even the start of the Inferno. It feels like now that game plan has all but slipped away. Tough predicament. But you just buy your way out of this. It's the only way forward. You buy your way in towards the grave or in towards success. It's kind of the meta right now, and it is just the right way to be approaching a situation like this. And you just got to hope you get a bit of fortune. You got to make a round kind of essentially stick out of nowhere. That's the only way that you can break a deadlock and a deficit that Chinggis Warriors have now put in place.
Alrighty, do or die here now. Do or die. But not fully leaning in. Maybe they didn't quite get the memo. What are we doing? I don't understand the financial decisions here.
It's like 2 out of 5 flat broke,
Yeah.
and then Suki's kind of like halfway there.
You have to win this round, guys. Like in the grand scheme of surviving, you have to win this round. So why either A, you're sacrificing it and confident in your rifle full buy, or indeed you are like, this is a round we have to win. Let's give it our all. I don't know. It's very strange. Half and half for the next 2 rounds potentially is not really what we would advise.
Yeah, I'm with you. Well, coolest for the first. It's Spine that gets caught. Again, not exactly the way he wants to kickstart this one. This is so scrappy. They're trying to dive back, and they're just walking straight into the massacre. They know where the last one is with the bomb rage. Got an AK, and he's hit the deck. I don't know. I really don't know what Kaleido are doing, if I'm being completely honest. I have no idea what they're trying to throw here, but like everything they're throwing at this Chinggis Warrior side, nothing is sticking. It's a tough watch, to say the least. And it goes back to what I was saying, right? You know, we've kind of come quite accustomed to this side looking quite crisp and quite clean in terms of their approach and the way that they're going about their Counter-Strike, and then now they're looking so scrappy and so sloppy. The buy are a little funky, whereas, yes, we get AKs for the most part, Ruben can't, but then in some cases, Util's not exactly full, which they probably would have had if they didn't buy last round, or if they forced, it would have been the same. It's strange, it's weird. As Ru looks towards Banana, he's flashed off the angle. Actually, in the molly, could be under a little bit of pressure here, but spam would go huge for him, but actually it goes against him.
He fire. Trained in here. It's actually his teammate who's getting a bit more aggressive. They really want this Banana control, and Yami will come away with a kill. So the even up is here. They do have Suki on the Kaleido side ready to activate. And there's bits of information. They're definitely saying there's at least 2 more top Banana. I even feel there's a bit more than that. So they've got the brackets control. This is where the game really unfolds, right? What can Suki get for us? If anything at all. Tikuak hidden in the pit. Not going to be expecting them. In the same vein, they take it thick and fast. And Suki, there he is. To maybe just thread this through the eye of the needle and make this round happen. Coolest remains. And surely you would say he doesn't want anything to do with this, but they have plenty of money. So the story changes slightly. He may well give it a look at the end. Same vein, do you want to give the AWP away for free? The answer here is no. Kaleido needing all of the rounds. Chinggis Warriors not going to be easy to write them off and take us to a third.
Coolest, he should be okay saving here. I don't think they'll check in towards kitchen. staying alive for now, looking for overtime. Only 2 ways this can go. OT, the extra rounds required, or we head towards a third after a short break. Chinggis Warriors let it slip, though. It felt like that was a good opportunity, but it's Rue who falls first towards top car, and that really does put a dampener. Now or never. The one big difference maker is just coolest with that AWP that got saved, of course, just having that benefit of range. Peeking towards apartments. Oh, he's going to get away with it, and he just about gets out alive.
Big find. And maybe exactly what the doctor ordered. He's incredibly lucky, as you say, to make it out alive. We'll see here. Oh, man, a dangerous peek that the AWP is going to win. Another kill given away. Where's the flash? Where's the assistance? Maybe, you know, get a player in there to trade at the very least. Oh, man, contacting in to just really, really get cheeky and see what they can get away with here. expSasiKi up close, spamming away. They're aware of this player in towards default. What is going on? A complete mess here from Kaleido. Surely a third on the cards. All going to be down to Suki. They know about him as well. Molotov comes in. He wins that fight. Low HP bars. Oh, that's close. That is close, but E-Fire takes him, and deservedly so. I don't think Kaleido deserved to take that one to overtime. The final run of rounds from them just very messy. They ran out of ideas. It hit 10-10, and it seemed like they just completely went missing. And indeed, Chinggis Warriors will take us to a third map here.
Non-existent on Dust2, but on Inferno, he was great. 26 kills he got. So they're kind of some of these players we're looking towards. Suki did a great game as well, especially I think comparatively. We've kind of brought this up a few times, obviously, for him. Wade had kind of these real, or this real kind of rough map. When we caught them in this first outing, it's good that he sort of bounced back off that and it's sort of had no issues. So if Rage and Suki can come alive again and really start chaining kind of some momentum together for them individually, that's where they're going to start to find success over Chinggis Warriors. I'm still not convinced with them at the moment. You know, Yami, who's meant to be one of the big ticket players over towards Chinggis Warriors, has been one of the worst in the server.
Very true. Very true indeed. We are into the action, though. Straight up middle here to kick things off. Chinggis Warriors not wasting any time. I'm going to go through their own smoke, in fact, and a flash deep in CT. Certainly a big fan of this move, but it's not quite going to plan, at least across the board. The rest of the boys seem to be falling flat. Glock spam, not quite there. The Julie spam, however, much more effective. expSasiKi with a 3-piece to net the Kaleido pistol.
They needed that. Kind of been pretty consistent with the pistols. I'll give him that. I think for Chinggis Warriors, they know that they're banking really on the gun rounds to make kind of the big difference. So I'd actually hope that they don't buy here, to be honest. A lot of teams obviously are just so akin to the force buying right now, but I'd love for them to just take a step back in this one, realize their guns will do their best work, but I speak too soon. They do invest in. Tech9's out. Bit of util, but I'm not expecting fireworks here. Then again, we've seen Chinggis Warriors win a couple of these rounds in towards Inferno.
Trained up outside of B. Hoping for a bit of action over there. And then in T spawn. So a weird kind of game state here from the Chinggis Warriors. It's allowed a lot of space taking for Kaleido. Maybe a bit confused by the complete lack of information at this stage. Going to make a deeper move down the ramp, though. I'm definitely a fan of that. Maybe keep the lane control. What is the Chinggis Warriors' game plan, bro? They are so far back.
Yeah. Late pop, and I hope they don't overwhelm, but I was going to say, if Spy kept Jiggle peeking where he was, he gets... Oh, yeah, he spotted the shoulder. Oh, I don't actually know if E-Fire spotted him either. I don't know if they get out of here comfortably, but Spy, just stand still, man. It doesn't matter where you play. Just turret up. Flash over. Will catch him, and he will fall back. Thankfully, Suki, first contact goes well, but Spine is just all over the place in this round. He doesn't know where to play from. Suki another spams through, but they're going to get a plant out of this, which honestly isn't too bad of a silver lining. nothing else really found bar the one kill. Spine just got to stand still. He's, you know, when he's playing doors, he's in a really good crossfire.
Yeah, kind of all over the place from him. And then I think as he backs off towards the site, he has to like fully give it up, at least for the time being. You saw how effective the rotators and retakers were. Strange, very, very strange move from him, but ultimately, no harm, no foul. It's only a UMP loss. He gets a cheeky little upgrade from one of his teammates. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, thanks to the bomb plan, some options present themselves. Coolest loves a rifle force, it would seem, a solo rifle force at the very least. So, no head armor for him. On to the AK. Let's see what he can do with this. A pace pickup from the Chinggis Warriors. expSasiKi nets an easy double spray down. Heaven not being watched either. Tikuak nice for one, but is it really going to be enough here? They're trying to desperately scramble this AK back up to just give them a chance. And you know what? It was kind of unknown, so maybe works out for that isolated fight. Rue, however, is tapped down clean from Ruben at range. And the AK retrieved as well. Kaleido off to a flying start.
Yeah, they are. This is what we want from Kaleido. Get this strong start, build upon it. And, you know, for them, it's really about building upon it on kind of the gun rounds too, right? That's what we get to get a real look in. I mean, gun rounds are still, from what we saw in Inferno, were the big difference maker for Chinggis Warriors. And there is, in a loose term, a gun round here from Chinggis Warriors. You know, you got 3 AKs to work with, then it's a Tech down on a Mac 10 to round it out. Doesn't fill me with confidence. Economic state's a little bit all over the place. Prioritize utility in some ways, and they're starting to move their way forward. Spine, that's what we want. Turreting up, this is the way to play. Over towards this B site, and he gets 2 before falling. That ain't bad.
Oh,
shot.
That's kind of awkward. Yeah, Rage just completely getting caught off. So I don't know how I feel about this now, and Ruben is miles away. Suki looking the wrong way.
Awkward timing.
Gets flanked out. Yeah, just a couple examples of awkward timing, to be honest. Ruben, maybe. Okay, I'm not so sure. I thought potentially like a late round ninja attempt or something. Sometimes the Kaleido like decision making just baffles me, but the round goes the way as expected. Chinggis Warriors with their first.
Yeah. It's not even really that detailed of a round is kind of the weird thing about it too, right? You're looking at kind of a Chinggis Warrior side to just go for such a standard pop in towards the site. And Spine does well for 2. He actually just needs somebody else to get 1 kill, right? Just some level of support for Spine. And that round is put into a spot where it should be a 4-0 for Kaleido, but I guess not the end of the world. Technically a bonus. Kaleido can buy back in. That's fine. Tech Boys, I'm assuming, on the side of Chinggis Warriors. Judging by the fact that Kaleido have all bought in.
Yeah, you would assume so. Something a little awkward on that side. As we said, we've had a few tech issues. Nothing too lengthy. Touch wood. Cross some fingers, maybe.
And some toes.
Indeed. Just make sure that that remains the case. And it does seem to be here. So we're all good. We understand, you know, sometimes regionally, servers-wise, it can be a bit hard to get things rolling. Just make sure everything's nice and stable. But we're back into the action. No real sweat off the brow. And we'll see if Chinggis Warriors can keep this strung together.
Down front side ramp. Spine's going to play in the same spot towards Cubby once again. He's flashed off that angle, so 2 have now crossed. He needs to buy a bit of time here. Spine's in trouble. He's basically dead to rights already, yeah. And he'll fall to the hands of Yami. It's so easy. This B-side is being cracked open effortlessly by Chinggis Warriors now, and this is not what you want to see. expSasiKi just flying into fights. He does this a lot, expSasiKi. He just flies in on his own. He goes dry, and it's just too easy. The barrel spotted the AWP, and down goes Ruben. They've got to put more men towards this B side, I'm pretty sure. That has to be how they play, at least in the first kind of 30 to 45 seconds. Because Chinggis Warriors are just playing full contact there.
Looking solid, though, once the guns have come into play, which I think is a very, very good sign for them. Very creative side from what we've seen the past couple matches that we've caught them. I think really have a lot of confidence just in themselves. Dust2 needs some work. So far, though, the rest of the maps have been pretty clean that we've seen from them. Fire trying to chase down with the Mac 10. Not able to get a kill, but some good space taken. The first head will present itself. TQA's got to be careful of his own head, of course. And Yami, he knows something is up. Checks the corner. Nice and clean. Should be good to not lose anyone. So there you are, evened up, and the money starting to build up now for the T side.
Yeah, good work. This is it, right? You know, it comes back to the same thing that we've been saying, which is we are seeing Chinggis Warriors when the guns come into play. There's only really one team in consideration. It's not what you want. And for Kaleido, that's where your mental state starts to take quite a bit of a hit. Buy back in place, sure. You lose this one, money shattered, and Chinggis Warriors just pull away on the T side. They can get to a point where it's kind of a 5-3 scoreline, a 2-round buffer before you can next reinvest in. What you want? Oh no, Ruben and Rage. They're faffing about in Cubby, trying to set up a boost or something. They both just get caught.
Rough. Incredibly rough. Again, Kaleido, it feels a lot quicker than usual, but they are starting to lose the plot again. There is one trade back, but now they know where he's at thanks to that kill from Fire. This should be all she wrote. And again, no real difficulty for the Chinggis Warriors. Really, really keen few rounds. Lovely angle from TQAC to spot that shadow and make life easy. So here we are, 4 in a row. Kaleido, where have you gone? The rifles have not gotten going yet. Yeah, timeout coming in. I should think so.
Yeah, timeout called. It is just the right call. Kaleido looking worse for wear. Just, again, it's a similar thing where it feels like, you know, we look at some of these calls and the decisions made by Kaleido, and they're just giving opportunity to Chinggis Warriors. It's not exactly how Chinggis Warriors are playing out of their mind by any means in you know, last map, even in towards this one, but it's just some of the fundamentals that Kaleido are starting to look a little lackluster on.
Yeah. It does worry me, though, because, like I say, that is something that I think was the main issue when we caught them. You know, you said, oh, I've seen this team kind of recently, and how they've played on LAN there and whatnot was kind of impressive. And it just seems like they maybe need that fire lit under them to play to their highest level. I don't know, it's tough to say.
I get you.
A lack of direction here for sure. Clean from Rue. On the half buy, unfortunately a pretty weakly defended. Again, Chinggis Warriors able to move fast and able to move effectively as well. I was going to say, bomb plant's been denied. Attempting the plant in the exact same spot is certainly a bold move, but they will get it down for now.
List. Yeah, easy one. It's fine. I think this late in a round, he's not going to check that position there. The remaining two, Rage and Suki. There's kind of like that thought process of, is it even worth us saving? Do we just stick around and try and make it expensive? Maybe Suki's sticking around. He's not going to survive this, though. Should get caught on the way out, and he will. Like we said, 5-3. There it is. Kaleido can come back in towards the buy in the next round. You lose this, you're in trouble again. It's a rinse and repeat cycle, and it's not a spot that you want to be in if you're Kaleido.
Really not looking good. I'm in full agreement with you. Yeah, this is starting to spiral. 5-3, a misleading kind of scoreline if you've been paying keen attention. The rounds themselves, the 5 in a row that Chinggis Warriors have managed just do not bode well for their opposition. But looking good for them. And they want to get their spot locked in, of course. They are joining Linvision and Rare Atom. Not super aware of who the fourth team is going to be. But either way, Chinggis Warriors getting there. Little one-for-ones across the map. The Lurker taken out. The A-bomb site secured for now. Suki makes a solo move. He does get one before going down at the very least. Oh, the spam is good onto Tikiwak here. Can they work their way in? The answer might just be yes. expSasiKi doesn't quite spot him, but he does get that frag. Ruben, meanwhile, on the backside, has managed to just mow them down by himself. So, there you go. That's one way of doing it.
Yeah. Are we back, potentially, is kind of the feeling right now. It's a good route to take. We need sort of real individuals to step up and take serious control here. We're in this spot where it's, you know, you look at kind of Kaleido as a whole, and if maybe the teamwork isn't going to work, somebody's got to really have a deep control in terms of, like, let's get somebody's individual form absolutely flying. That's what we need. Putting serious pressure on Chinggis Warriors. I mean, we know that mechanically, Kaleido can go toe-to-toe with this side. They can actually make life super hard to deal with. Just need a few more instances like that. Ruben going to tuck himself up close. Mid-control's taken quite quickly here. Chinggis Warriors have opted for a much more standoffish approach. I don't always love this, though. This retake in towards mid and shelf. You're relying on a lot of things to go right, and it can be dicey at times. And also, you have to expend a lot of U-turn doing so.
Suki. Oh, will go down. Felt like a frag that he should have been picking up. Coolest left low, but unafraid to take a follow-up fight. expSasiKi, meanwhile. Bit of a sound cue. Maybe not what he wanted to do, and now they're getting crunched in from behind as well. So this is a poison chalice at the moment for the CT side. Coolest with the bomb, catches spine, getting cheeky. Knew exactly what was up. All of a sudden, it's a 4-on-2. The AWP's revealed itself, so plenty of options present here for the Chinggis Warriors.
Ruben, the heroics from you. He has a couple of good moments, but now won't be one of them. Rage, all he can do is save. 1 vs 4 with the AWP. There's no chance he'd give this one a look in. Well. Lead extended once again. 6 rounds now as well. On the T side, I do like what I see from Chinggis Warriors. 6 rounds T side and Ancient. It's pretty good, all things considered. Even if it was the N6 all, you commend them just for having a good run on the T side, no less. So, yeah, I'm concerned. I'm concerned for Kaleido. Still not finding that run of form that we really want or need out of them. Rage. Oh my god, he might actually struggle saving here. He might be tested. Oh, and he does hit the shot. He needed that. Stay tucked. You'll be okay. Yeah, AWP stays alive. That's the main thing.
Okay, let's see. Kaleido, it's right on the precipice now of being an unrecoverable half, a difficult half to deal with moving into the second, or there is a chance, there is still room for them to close this gap. 6-4. They're very lucky that the scoreline looks forgiving because the game just hasn't really felt that way. Quick B move coming in here. Get that lane control, maybe for both teams actually, so it could be somewhat of a bloodbath. Chinggis Warriors though, they love a quick move. What? He fires 1 HP. How has that shot not killed him? That is crazy. Oh man, and Rage gonna go down as well. That's wild. That is absolutely wild. Could have made all the difference. 4-on-2 should be a save. expSasiKi's too close to back off apparently. So it's just Ruben with his MP9 in hand to get out of there.
All he can do. This is pretty damn now. You guarantee the lead. I mean, we've kind of spoken about that. Kaleido, I've got that one like slight benefit that the pistols actually look quite good. But even still, you're hedging your bets on quite a few things to go right and being able to get one at the end. There's an upgrade there. That'd be something. It's just whether he keeps hold of the upgrade. Pressured, Coolest gonna swing, doesn't clear the corner properly. Molly down. It's not gonna survive. Oh, nothing saved, nothing gained. Seven to 4. If Chinggis get A, I think this game's already all but done.
Yeah, I'd be in agreement. At the very least, you know, it hangs the pistol in the balance, and it would need Kaleido to really turn things around. Which I am worried and unsure if they'll be able to do so. Quick move once again from the Chinggis Warriors. Flash is pretty good. Set up a bit better. Suki is here as well, and yeah, he's gone completely under the radar. Oh, the ding around the corner. Flash to back it up gives them something to work with. Still a good lead for the Chinggis Warriors. We'll see if it's going to be enough after the break. Here we are, the final half to decide this series, and very hard to split these teams once again. 7-5 is close, somewhat misleading. Chinggis Warriors felt like the stronger team, the more effective team when it matters most, but that buffer of rounds that Kaleido earned, worth its weight in gold. Yami opens us up, the straight mid charge here, looking to take a couple scalps. Only one for now, but he'll be happy with that. The support comes round. They're not quite sure what to do. The bomb getting a bit giddy there, Neo. So it could have been a disaster if he'd have gone down awkwardly. Yeah. All the same, Slim advantage now for the Chinggis Warriors to work with. Tikwak, not wasting any time. He wanted a fight. He doesn't really find it. It's Yami back here. A Broki just about surviving. What is going on? Coolest is quick. This is wild, but it looks good for the CTs despite...
Oh, no.
Oh, my... Oh, my God, guys.
Hey, this is losable. This is still losable. Do not... Suki can still win this.
Coolest just trained in on him. Oh my God. Teammate round the corner. They're not double facing. That's giving a lot of room across. Coolest does get it, but yeah, I was nervous for a second there, a couple times actually.
Oh man, there was bated breath there for a hot minute. That was uncomfortable. That main fight there was super uncomfortable. Didn't love that. Didn't love that for a little bit, but whew, okay, all right. Sigh of relief. And for Chinggis Warriors as a whole, it's actually kind of a spot where now, not only, you know, it's great to get a pistol always, but that is so important that they do get this pistol because Kaleido have been pretty good on them. It's actually been how they've been alleviating a lot of the pressure in terms of round differentials, in terms of deficits as well. And this will now really move things into a pretty good spot for them. Chinggis Warriors, this league gets extended. No bomb plan either for Kaleido. I don't think you should buy here. Granted, I said this for Chinggis Warriors in the first half, and they ignore it. And a lot of Asian Counter-Strike, they do love a force buy. I generally think you should half buy here. You can maybe go for a pistol. Don't go full armor and util. Get a buy in towards the next round. Give yourself the best chance of winning a round. It actually looks like they're going to go for that, which I'm happy about. At the Eagle, at Tech9, I can support. I can get behind. That's fine. Have the full guns towards next round. Oh yeah, great start. Easy one for Yami. You know there's another there somewhere.
Bit of money. What is going on? Number 9 on your minimap, guys. What is going on? How is he got in there? And they are none the wiser. Ruben...
Yeah, how? Is he just push red?
He's just in behind. He just full sprinted out A. I caught.
Really?
Tail end of that.
How did the donut guys not hear him?
Yeah, well, that's it, right?
Oh my God.
He's taking the best path. That's a little bit of a long reaction from Rue, honestly. And indeed, it does cost them the site, cost them the plan. This gets kind of weird now. No armor, but Suki's got an M4. Stacked up together as well. I do like this. Distraction comes in. The M4 chiming forwards. Tech9. Effective at that range, but Coolest holds on. We were excited for a wild round. Not going to happen. Asian Counter-Strike moment of the week, potentially.
We're always looking for him.
This could have competed.
A double here if Rue just doesn't react 100%.
Yeah.
Especially if they won the round on top of that. That would have been so funny.
Yeah, and the overarching... I'm sure he just fully started the round, sprinted out A, and kept going and going and going until... You know, he felt like he was in a good position. But yeah, I suppose the Donut guys is like a lot of utility going down, maybe? And then he makes it into Temple and they can't really hear him anymore because they're like at the front of Donut. I don't know.
Oh, well, Suki, trouble for him. He gets a kill. He's actually still alive. Aggression from Chinggis Warriors. I actually love this call, though, by Chinggis Warriors. Suki, what? No. He was close there. Taste of his own medicine. But going back to what I was saying, I do love this sort of kind of call, I guess, as a whole from Chinggis Round. You're in a bonus round. Do something a little bit gimmicky. Do something unorthodox. Even if you lose a round, making it expensive goes such a long way. Tikwak, where are we looking? There's a flank brewing, but Yami's half asleep. And that's the round. Rage. Great little double from him.
Okay, here we go. Perhaps a game on our hands quite yet. Some nice moments. It is a bit close. Chaos seems to be sprinkled in once again, of course. And a buyback around from the Chinggis Warriors. The economics of Asian Counter-Strike do leave us questioning sometimes. I understand you've got a player like Coolest who's got loads of money, but I don't know, man. It's nice to just keep it even, keep it simple. Don't let the economy become an additional opponent you have to think about.
Oh, yeah. Spine, I'd recommend against that. Coolest is so quick. What is that from Rue? He took one shot. Okay. This round's already up to some antics. Rage boots it up. Coolest is off the angle now, so that's fine. He's repositioned. Flash over. Rage drops down. It's up close to 5-7. Yeah, Rue's got 2 dead to rights here. expSasiKi's also going to die as well. Yeah, that was it. You could see that one all day about to happen. Ruben still trying to make it difficult to deal with, but Yami will close it. All recovered. Lovely work. And another round put on the board by Chinggis Warriors.
This is it, man. Sometimes it can work. You know, the belief is the aspect that we perhaps remove from the recipe of how Counter-Strike should be played. And they do indeed defy the odds with that round. So that shuts me up in terms of keeping it simple, as they will manage to deal what could be a killing blow to Kaleido, actually.
Oh, yeah, I think for Kaleido, unfortunately, I don't know you, but for me, it does feel like it's just sort of the beginning of the end, if that makes sense. Like, we are already on track for Chinggis Warriors closing this, which is such a shame off the back of how good they were on Dust2. Chinggis Warriors, there's so much to like in how they're approaching Ancient. They're relentless in terms of the pressure. The aggression is such a beautiful thing to watch at the moment too. And it's a real tough predicament for Kaleido. They've not got many chances, and the recon's not going to suffice for them to have many chances. We're pretty close to getting to now or never territory, Scruff.
Yeah, I am in agreement, sir. I think this is perhaps going to be a bridge too far. We'll see. Kaleido trying to take a leaf out of the Chinggis Warriors book, picking up the pace, getting in the face, and it might just work. Slim advantage given across. This is definitely retakeable with all that damage done. Your in play is never ideal. The smoke as well getting in the way, and Chinggis Warriors do not want another bite of the apple here. They will back off and give this round to Kaleido.
They've also got space to do it as well, you know what I mean? They're in a spot where they don't need to do anything too overzealous here. Actually, I wouldn't have minded maybe if Tikawak had given it a bit of a look in. I know they don't have loads of money, but it's just the fact that neither do the other side, right? You know, Kaleido for them, they've been a bit of confirmed damage and whatnot. You're just trying to make it expensive. They should be okay. I didn't worry about expSasiKi. You do still sometimes take a bit of damage. Yeah, I was going to say, you do take damage regardless. And Spine is very fortunate. He's down to 1 point of HP. So it still isn't ultimately an expensive round. But it is still in that reaching distance.
It is true. Very close here. All to play for, and I mean, this is kind of the thing that we talk about quite a bit. You know, it is the pressure. Something that Chinggis Warriors can deal with. Really, really big deal here. The pipeline of how this goes. So you got that Pro League spot in the back of your mind, on the cards, if you can take the big boys to town. Coolest trained in, looking for this first pickup. Flash. A little difficult for him. Yami, meanwhile, oh, a dangerous move. He's able to survive. You can feel the tension in this round.
Towards the minute mark, it's that first fight that goes the way of Spine. Coolest caught If I was trying to reaggress, I don't hate the idea, really. Oh, and he just gets out that open, so... I say gets out, he's actually sticking around. Flash, over, pop shot taken, so now they know what weapons up close. Oh, the spam! Oh, Suki, he's so good with the spam. That's another round where he's got a spam kill, and there could be 2 on the cards here for Raze. Tickwack traded out by expSasiKi. This round's done here. 1v4, and look at the damage dealt short. It will not matter. Another round for Kaleido. We continue moving forward.
Definitely unlucky. I mean, they're not necessarily going to know, but yeah, it is unlucky for the Chinggis Warriors in places. They will be kind of kicking themselves. They just can't quite convert these kills. Rue doesn't even get to survive, actually, so pretty big deal. Orp going to be recovered now as well. Kaleido on really strong comeback at the moment, I would say. What do we go for here? Chinggis Warriors. Maybe a pistol or 2?
Yeah. I mean, again, I probably also want to make sure that there's an AWP in play too. Which means the coolest can't buy. Well, I'll speak too soon. Never mind. Ignore that. I'm going to say, if he doesn't buy, he can maybe get AWP no armor. Even then, actually, it might have been a little bit close. We're going to dive in towards mid. We're diving into expSasiKi. Guess 2. Not bad. A quick trade, but... yeah, I'm not expecting really fireworks in this round. Again, it comes down to can he make it expensive, but we're getting to a point where this late in the game, econ starts to become less of a priority.
E-fire. Oh, spam down. So, no way of him doing anything. It just doesn't even get a chance into this so-called defense. Kaleido going to bring it within 1 pretty smoothly. Snake a retrieve, just looking to get the hell out of dodge with that. And they will do so. But ultimately, Kaleido doing a very good job here. Chinggis Warriors have to be very aware. I think maybe a timeout, you know, to just keep their heads in the game here and make sure they don't slip up at the very final hurdle, similar to how Kaleido went down on Inferno.
Suki. I wasn't sure if he was going to try and wrap it. Actually, wouldn't have really had time to make that hunt work anyway. So, a 1-round game. Much more of a game here than I actually thought we were getting like 3 rounds ago. But Kaleido have streaked well. I've actually got to give them credit. Decent spot they put themselves in, and it puts so much pressure on this next round for Chinggis Warriors. It's a gun round, there's an investment round, but it's not exactly going to be one of those ones where it's like perfect. We don't have an open play. Util's not full across the belts either. That concerns me a little bit. So it's not make or break territory, but Chinggis Warriors needs to be very careful. Their chances are running out. I mean, you lose this, you lose the lead. You basically gift it over towards Kaleido as well because your economy shattered. At that point, you're in trouble, but Rue, you're a menace. Oh, what a swing, what a shot, what a find. He looks for 2. Oh, Rue taking this round by the scruff of its neck.
Absolutely needed. Absolutely the man to do it as well. He's an absolute Rottweiler for the squad, I feel. Love doing it on Inferno. He's done it here. Coolest chimes in. Okay, taken down. You figure the trade has got to be there, but Suki has a different idea. E-fire makes work of it, but he will drop the bomb, and Suki is very low. Needed E-fire to have an individual moment if this round was going to happen. Suki potentially getting the drop, though.
Oh.
Yeah, E-fire... not sure, man. Not sure how he does not consider that. Really quite questionable. Suki still needs a miracle, but not completely out of the question. I don't even get the words out. He will go down. It's made costly. Something we might revisit, but a big round for Chinggis Warriors.
Oh, well. All comes down to that double to start things off for Rue. It is just so audacious, right? Like, the swing for the first is so sickening, and then he just continues pushing forward, which is actually why the Orp's a little caught off guard by it, but the Orp's also stuck because there's a Red Room player putting pressure on him, so dead to rights regardless, but Rue needed a bit of a hero in that round. They get it. Yeah, I mean, that's kill right at the end just to make sure too. 11-9. 2 rounds ahead of Kaleido. 2 rounds away from winning this cup, winning this grand final. Here in cup number 4 of season 15, it's Coolest who opens up the proceeding in what potentially could be the penultimate round to play. Down goes Spine. He's on a slow map.
Utility out of middle here might give a thread of the needle. They opt not to go for it, so potentially just looking to group together and keep things with that pack mentality as much as possible. Coolest trained in with the AWP. Rage, thinking about it. He has to be the late mover within this execute. Not making his way through cave. Heavy rotation for the Chinggis Warriors. They're very ready for this. E-Fire so blind, however. Maybe not going to be able to stop them. And then there is that cave player, like I say. So it all depends. It gets a bit weird now because it's Coolest on the AWP. Still feeling confident up close. Rage trades him. Bomb hits the deck. And the 3-on-2 retake ensues.
Oh, Suki, Rage. Combination play, Rue. He actually had a chance of isolating fights there. That was pretty close for a second. Rage as well. He's had a couple of moments as well, Rage, throughout this series. I say a couple. He's actually had quite a few where he's sort of single-handedly put up a multi-kill round. He did it a lot in towards Dust2. We already spoke about him being excellent. But I mean, I still think the way things are playing out, even if Chinggis Warriors win this out, Rage might walk away with like the quote-unquote finals MVP just in terms of raw statistics. Like, he's looked so good all the way throughout, consistent. Even this being a slow map, got 19 kills across Dust2 and across Inferno. He's kind of on track for the same here. Coolest is the only one who's kind of in that close consideration, but it's been a really, really solid series from him. And there's this moment again where he's extended the lifeline of Kaleido a little bit.
Wild. Absolutely wild stuff. I mean, never over until it's over in this region, that is for damn sure. And Kaleido, they know a thing or two about roughly making it to an OT, roughly getting the win. I think they might just be able to do that here. It should at the very least, as you say, get evened up. I don't know, man. This is crazy stuff. Kaleido, it seemed to me like they were down and out and they were done, but not the case. So yeah, keen few rounds. Chinggis Warriors into the tech pause as well, mind you, are going to be sweating, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's a really bad time to get a tech pause, unfortunately. I mean, there's never a good time for one, but I think as a whole with this game, it's like right on the brink of his conclusion. And with bated breath, trying to see who's going to take this one. And Kaleido winning that round. I mean, look at the knock-on effect we have here, right? There's just no money. So then you've got this decision for Chinggis Warriors. Some teams like forcing here. I don't know. You know, they're going hero rifle. If you're going to put it on anybody, you put it on Coolest.
It's what you would say. Hopefully not going to be in this tech too much longer. As things are, you know, really starting to heat up, and we don't want this excitement to kind of fizzle away. Once again, we've done well with them. We have done well with them. I'll try and keep you guys updated. The detectives within Neo and I, of course, will see that TikiWack's not really bought anything into this round, so maybe he's the guy that's causing us a couple of issues. And once in a while, you see like the flash of white when a player's like swapping weapons and everything. That means they're obviously fiddling about. Not really seen too much of that on the Chinggis Warriors side. checking out a few of the combos. A few of the skins, of course, for those of you out there that enjoy them.
And a Gungnir, which actually I would say is probably my second favorite skin. It's my favorite AWP skin.
Yeah. What's your favorite skin?
The Wild Lotus AK. That's kind of basic.
Okay.
I do love that gun. I just think it's so pretty. Especially when it's like FAC new and it's like really colorful. I'm a big fan. I've got an underrated one though. I literally never see it, and I would buy it if I wasn't financially smart. Which is the M4A4 Daydream.
Oh, sure.
I love that skin. It's been like my favorite skin for years. But it's pretty expensive. I mean, it always was expensive, but I think it's pretty ridiculous now. It's like M4A4. Oh no, sorry, not Daydream. Daybreak is what I meant to say.
Oh, the A4 one.
Yeah, A4. It's like $1,000. I'm pretty. Oh, Jesus! Like 1.2K. God damn! Right, so I'm never.
Yeah, they're going a bit crazy.
Never.
They are going a bit crazy.
Pretty sure it was like 30 quid at one point, and I was at uni, and I was like, nah, it's too much money.
This is it. Like, invest the money in a time machine, bro. Don't invest the money in skins now.
Yeah.
Get research in a time machine. Go back to like 2016. Buy all of the Chroma glove cases, you know, and then just wait 10 years.
I also love the memes about it's like, you know, why weren't you investing in Bitcoin in 2013? And it's just like me playing, you know, footy or whatever.
Yeah.
We're back underway. Spine and Rage. Rage gets a collat there as he finds Yami as well. The 5-7s are causing problems. AK scooped up. Oh my God, that is so much closer than it should have been. It's a sigh of relief as Kaleido get that over the line, but my oh my. That was so close. Way too close.
Yeah. There's, again, something in the water, something going wild here in this game. Kaleido, it's just such a risk. You know, you've had the timeout and you just charge in. No holds barred. Like, I don't know, man. A crazy call, to say the least. We have a decent enough buy up here. Coolest on the 5-7. Maybe not what you wanted. And you keep a little bit of an eye. He's playing towards B, so weakens up that bomb site slightly. Maybe opted to play 3 over there. No one at middle necessarily. So, yeah, kind of an interesting change in the setup. We'll see if it comes into play, whether an automatic weapon would benefit him or not.
What a barn burner we're getting, though, for the side up. All the rounds in regulation. Oh, yeah, grand final should be, and considerably closer than the first outing between these two. Molly will push Rue back. Suki's being so good with these spams, so I don't even think they want to be really testing him. Guarantee your life and your HP, especially because it looks like they're prepping for this B hit.
Oh, flash is nice. No one on the end of it. What is happening here? Spine just contacting in. His head on a swivel, though. It's unfortunate. Coolest goes down quick. Trades are back. However, Tikuak's still alive. E-Fire's here now as well. So this gets very, very messy. I don't know that that bomb's going to go down. You have to smoke off one of the angles, but which one? Not looking good. Not looking good. Plan denied. Plan denied. And that is a big deal. There's only a few seconds left. It's not going to happen here for expSasiKi. They're looking to try and take him after time as well, but they've lost a bit of track of him. He will go down. Moves when he didn't necessarily have to. Panic comes in play, maybe. Goodness me, that is awkward. But all the same, 12th round for Chinggis Warriors.
Map grand final point for them. And just look at poor Kaleido here. Of all the times through economy to be broken, this could be potentially one of the worst ones, if not the worst. Map series point, final round of regulation, and your economy shattered, and it doesn't start well. As a big ticket player of Rage is clipped early. Not what you want to see. I don't love this from Yami. I don't love this. We don't need to give them a freebie back. Bomb's gone down in all of this commotion as well, but Ships in the Night, Yami, gifted a freebie. Knows another somewhere out towards elbow too, because who threw that flash? It's all down to 2 for expSasiKi, and Ruben at the Eagle is dropped and it's left on the shoulders of one man on a tech that he's nowhere near. He's not denying this. It's going to be a flawless one to close. Chinggis Warriors are your champions here in Cup number 4 of the ESL Challenger League Season 50 for Asia Pacific. They booked their spot moving forward and joining the likes of Atom and Lin Vision. What a final though, what a performance on both of these two, but Chinggis was just a little bit more clinical right down to the end.
Yeah, I mean, competition throughout, which is good. Kaleido completely checked out the first time these guys faced in the upper bracket final, so I think it's good to see that